there's other good people out there that make like one comment and people just like cancel them immediately. Like I sent a message to these guys.
It's just
it's not, but it gets taken out of proportion. And I think we're gonna get canceled for this podcast. So thank you, Oz, for allowing us this opportunity to get canceled. And thank you, everyone that's watching, because you're about to get canceled.
Shout out to the haters. We freaking love you guys.
This is season 2, guys.
And you're listening to the Lama Podcast.
This who is the
This is Josh Martinez.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Doros.
This is Nathaniel Morales.
This is Della. What's up? We're the Lama Podcast, man.
And you're listening to the Lama Podcast.
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 We are recording. We are live, and we are in studio. This is the Lama Podcast, #1 podcast in the entire world, named the Lama Podcast. There is no other podcast with the name of the Lama Podcast that is better than this one. So we are the #1. Josh, it's great to see you today.
What's up, Jared?
Great. We are joined by someone else today. Would you like to introduce them to everyone here?
Yes, of course. Everyone, I would like to have you give a round of applause for Oziel Dela Paz, aka known as Oz.
Oz.
Beautiful.
what's up, everybody?
Amazing. He's here. Do this corny thing that people do. The white people do.
That reminds me of Debbie. What's it called? This is Oz. How long have we known each other? Maybe since like 2012.
Dude, I was like 12. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've known each other.
I was 2012. Yep.
Yeah. So since like 2012, he was in Santa Barbara. Obviously, I'm from Santa Maria, and that's how we met. His dad was in Santa Barbara, and since then we've stayed in contact. I actually went to go to San Francisco to visit Oz before he left, because he is now currently in Salem, Oregon, if I stand corrected.
Yep.
And recently got moved over there, and I went to go visit him in San Francisco before he left, like his last few days there.
Yep. Yeah, good times, bro.
Yeah, and we had his brother on here in the earlier podcast before I joined the show, and made everything amazing. When Jovan.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, tell yourself that. That's okay.
Yeah. Shut up, Jared. Yeah, when Jovan, R.I.P. Jovan.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, when Jovan was on the podcast and made this podcast really crappy, and then I come and made it amazing. But when before that, when Jovan was on here, they had AB, which is Abdiel, his younger brother, on the podcast. So if you guys remember, he's an artist, and Oz does Fortnite clips.
Fortnite clips. He doesn't even play the game. He just gets clips.
Yeah. What's it called?
Damn,
Oz.
bro.
The reason why we have Oz as a guest today, so that everyone can know, is that he is going to make his own podcast, and we kind of just wanted to get him on his feet, get him used to things. The only thing that he needs help on is for a name. The dumbass still has no name for his podcast. And we were trying to give him ideas. We're like, okay, since you're a dumbass, name it the Dumbass Podcast. But he's not really rolling with it. But
bro, I think that'd be hilarious.
Ideas, give it to us.
Dude, there's this one guy that I follow on YouTube. I don't know, you probably might know him. Do you know Moise Critical?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he has a podcast called The Official Podcast. Mm-hmm. And it's like such a stupid name, right?
Smart though.
Yeah, but that's why. Like it's exactly his brand. I think it'd be hella funny if you had the Dumbass Podcast. That'd be hilarious.
Or like,
damn.
Like you guys, obviously you guys know who Mr. Beast is, right?
Yeah.
You could call it the Beast Podcast. Like, I mean, it's not Mr. Beast, it's just the Beast Podcast.
The Beast.
That sounds like
I'm a trademark. I'm a trademark it, bro.
It's not.
I'm a
you're not using
trademarker before he
Mr.
does,
part,
bro.
because Beast is just a word.
Bro, I can just trademark Mr. Beast and then just get rich off of him, bro.
I'm pretty sure he has like his name trademarked. I would
so.
assume so. He's pretty smart and has like a lot of money, so.
Yeah, he also listens to this podcast, so.
Yeah, he's actually our #1 supporter. He has donated a lot of money to us.
Even if he hasn't, he's gonna be right now. He's like, I gotta get on it.
Yes, sir.
Just like Logan Paul from Impulsive. He's our #1 fan. I have his merch and everything, so he's our fan, dude.
Yeah.
You have his number too?
Yeah, he actually just like tried FaceTiming me, and I was like, nah, Logan, like I'm on podcast with Oz right now. You gotta wait.
Damn, bro, he needed that what's it called, the inspirational speech before his fight.
No, it's Jake. Stupid.
Oh.
It's his brother.
But anyways.
So yeah. Anyways, Oz is gonna make a podcast.
I'm not well informed, but yeah.
Yeah, Oz is planning to make a podcast very soon. He needs help with the name, so if you guys have any suggestions, If not, I'm just go with the Oz podcast, which is kind of lame. But basically, we wanted just to get him on his feet, help him, get used to the environment, get used to like being able to talk, and hopefully today can work out.
Yep.
Okay, so look, I have a very important question.
I freaking hate you, Jared.
Why?
I already know where you're going with this.
No, I'm not asking that question. I'm asking a different question.
Oh, okay.
It's an important question. Now, Oziel, and both of you.
What's up?
You are in a situation, right, where it is life or death, and let's say it's medieval times, right, where there's like the king and he's looking at you, thumbs down, thumbs up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in the situation. You're in the Colosseum in a circle, and there's 12-year-olds. Do you think you can murder these 12-year-olds on your own while they're all trying to kill you?
The 12-year-olds are trying to kill you?
Yeah, and there's 12 of them.
Bro, I mean, if they're trying to kill you, geez.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do you think you can fight them off?
Oh, it's not a question of like whether you should just.
No, it's not whether you shouldn't. No, I'm saying everyone in the world has accepted the fact, and they're comfortable with you murdering 12-year-olds in public. Do you think you can live? What, Josh?
Are they trained 12-year-olds?
Imagine you got a random group of 12-year-olds. Maybe there's like 2-3 that are like somewhat trained in something. There's 2 or 3 that are kind of fat and they're weird.
Okay, like are they 12-year-olds like Tico's that he was fat and lazy and like couldn't run for crap?
There's like 2 of those in there.
2 of those? Maybe. I mean,
do they have weapons?
Yeah.
Do they have weapons?
Do you have?
We have weapons?
Because Tico's was pretty good with the slingshot, so I don't know if I could take Tico's with the slingshot.
I don't know. Well, I would say the only weapons they have is their stupidity, because they don't care about anything.
Yeah, because Tico's is pretty stupid.
And the weapon you have is good self-esteem, because they're very self-conscious. So that's all you have to fight with. That and your fists right here. These bad boys.
I would like to believe I can.
I'll tell you right now, I beat the crap out of those 12-year-olds. I am breaking jaws. You know what I mean? I'm causing life-altering damage to these 12-year-olds.
Okay, wait, Jared. You might want to chill out before we bring the clip of Adro and you getting knocked out.
Hey, but he was like a man 100 pounds heavier than me, and we're both like 15. That's different than a 12-year-old.
Okay, first of all, Adro is like 2 years younger than you, so if you were 15, he was 13, so he was almost a 12-year-old, and he knocked you out.
Now I am a 22-year-old man. Okay, there's a difference.
Mm-hmm. What's the difference? You probably gained like.
You know what I
see?
You know what I see? Do you know what I see though? You know what I see? I see that you guys are not sure of yourselves. Meanwhile, I am. I have the confidence.
It's because I have to think of like the scenario and like how tired I would get and how long it would take like the fight. You know?
I have the confidence of a Roman warrior. I don't think about these things.
like I that's what I said. I would like to believe I can pull some John Wick type of crap and just kill all of them, but like I don't know. Like
here's how you do it.
I don't know if my heart would allow me to.
Here's how you brutally murder these 12-year-olds. Okay?
Please tell us.
First, you gotta go because they're in the perfect stage of their life where if you kick them in the balls, it's gonna hurt, right? All a good kick in the balls, right? And you obviously you're an older person and you're not an idiot. You brought a cup.
Oh,
right?
Okay. So we're prepared.
We're prepared. We knew within like 20 minutes, and you're like, let me go get my cup at home. You know what I mean? Or you went to big.
What if you were kidnapped though and you weren't able to get prepared?
Then it's fine. You know what? You just suck them in. That's all you got to do. You know what I mean? We all know how to do that, right? On command. No. So yes, you do that. You punch these 12-year-olds in the nuts. And then after that, you just hit them a little hard, and they've never felt a man hit them before, you know, just kind of their dad spanking them.
They've never felt a man's touch.
They've never felt a man's touch. You touch these children and you traumatize them.
Oh my God.
and then you
Jared, where are you going with this?
then you murder them. Then you murder them.
Bro, but do you have to murder them? What if you just hurt them enough for them to back down?
Oh, I guess that's fine. They have to be able to. They have to be hospitalized though.
No,
Okay.
like what if they just surrender?
They surrender. No, these are not the type of 12-year-olds. It's like death or almost.
Okay.
Death.
Yeah. Look, what if they have like their families in danger and they have to kill you in order to like make their family have them let their families go?
A 12-year-old doesn't care about their family that much.
Bro, what?
Bro,
I mean,
ask an emotional 12-year-old. They
back
hate
in the
their
days,
dad
bro?
and their mom.
Oh yeah, I guess.
They hate their dad and their mom.
What about their little brother?
Yeah, what if they had a little brother
They always
really care about?
love their little brother.
Nah,
And
they
they're
fight.
hostage.
They definitely fight. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, you always fight with your little brothers, bro.
You have to think. You have to think. What kind of 12-year-old would be put in this situation? One with a horrible family life.
Okay, what if? I mean,
So what do you guys think? Can you beat the 12-year-olds up?
Why are we spending so much time on this? Like, where is this going?
I asked you a question and you aren't answering. I just want to know. It was a yes or no
I think
question.
Yes or no? Yes.
yes.
That's all I have.
Well, yeah.
So I knew he had nowhere to go with this.
I rest my case.
As you were talking, I remembered what we were supposed to say. How we've had like AB on the podcast, and like our goal is to get all the De La Pazes on the podcast. And our main goal, like our highest supreme goal, is to get Brother Horacio, like Oz's dad, on the podcast and like help us like write a
That would be
theme song
amazing
for our podcast
on
the podcast. Yeah.
You probably
Bro,
could.
I want him to write a stinger. You know what I mean? Like a little. I've been trying to change our intro up and just get like this 10-second like guitar riff or something crazy, but I have no idea what to do.
Yeah, Brother De La Paz is gonna help us.
He's gonna do a little prayer right before.
Sorry,
Right before writing.
DE Horacio De La Paz.
DE. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
How do you forget?
Bro, I don't think about him like that. He's been my dad before he was a minister. So
True.
yeah.
How long
It's
have
always
your
been weird.
parents been in the labor?
Since I was 7, so 14 years, I think. Wait, no, I'm counting wrong. Yeah, 14 years.
Oh dang.
Yes, it's been a long ride. I remember when
he became a deacon pretty quick.
I think it was 9
Like-
years when he became a deacon. It was
Damn, that's
2015, I think.
quick. Yeah, 2015.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. He became a deacon really quick. Wait, so where were you guys from before leaving?
Texas, Houston, Texas. Dude, I remember it was like the most emotional thing ever, dude. Because like, I mean, I thought it was funny because when my parents found out we were getting moved to California, we had like this whole family reunion, and then I've never seen anybody from my family cry besides in church. So like, what's it called? We had a whole family reunion, and then like we had like our own like all of my cousins just started like bawling their eyes out while I was there, just like sitting all awkwardly. Like, I mean, I didn't know what I was supposed to do, because like I didn't know what to like expect from California. You know, I was like, I mean, I guess I was gonna like not see them again, and I was sad, but like I don't know, it was funny to me how they were.
So
I don't know.
what was the first church you guys were at?
Madera, California. It was
so
a
you
pretty
guys went
it was a pretty small
Madera,
church.
okay.
Yeah.
And then
it was
Madera
pretty
to
small.
Santa Barbara?
Yeah, Santa Barbara.
Oh dang.
Dude, Santa Barbara was nice. It was probably one of the best times I've had.
I was gonna
in the
say
city.
that's pretty recently that like that being ready the second
Well,
place.
think
you
about it.
ever been to?
He had only 9 years in the labor, and he was a deacon.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was
That's
seven-
amazing.
I mean, look, like we were in Madera for 3 years and Santa Barbara for 4 years. So then 2 years after that, 2 years after his first 2 churches, he became a deacon. So
Yeah, that's dope.
it's pretty dope.
Hello, we interrupt this scheduled programming to ask you to please subscribe to the Lama Podcast on YouTube and other platforms. Look at this graph! Look at it! This is unacceptable. Please, I ask you, subscribe to us on your favorite platform, especially YouTube. Also, please go over to our website and go to our support page and support us by either using our Amazon affiliate links, which we get a commission from, donating to us directly, or becoming a monthly subscriber on Anchor. That is all. Thank you.
Hey, you know what I noticed the other day? I think I don't know if it was like Oregon, the Facebook page or something, but your dad had a beard.
Yeah.
Your dad had a beard, and I was like, let's go, brother Horacio has a beard. I was like, let's go. I was like hella happy. And then in the last saludo that they did, I think was it this last Sunday, he took it off, didn't he?
No, he still has it.
He still has it?
Yeah, he still has it.
Oh, okay, maybe because the mask was like covering it, but I'm like, dang, he took it off.
Nah, he still has it. It's crazy. He's like, he could barely. It takes him a long time to grow it, honestly.
But it looks good. Like it makes him look like a badass. Like I know that's not a good thing for a minister, but it makes him look like a badass. I was like, dang, brother, that's a G.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I just wonder what it's gonna be like for me, bro. Cause like,
are you follically challenged? Oh, did he freeze?
Bro, he said he couldn't grow a beard till he was like 23 or 24. It's like, damn. It's gonna be me. I can grow like a little mustache, bro, but I look hella ugly. But yeah,
I couldn't grow a beard until this year, so don't even.
Yeah, he's had it for like at least. But you're like 22, right?
21. I started growing it earlier this year.
I don't know. Maybe I said anything. Yeah, I remember I saw your beard. I was like, what the hell? Like, I remember your baby face, bro. And like,
yeah, like when I shave my beard, I look like a baby, and then like I put it on, I look a little bit older. I look a lot older. Yeah. Someone told me I look 29, and I was low key offended. I was like, damn, I look that old.
I don't think so. You look 27.
27? There's not that much that's not much of a difference.
Hey, 2 years, bro. 2 years.
Hey, dude, you know who looks old? Freaking the guy that we were with in San Francisco, Nene's brother.
Fucking Heido.
Yeah, he looks so old.
He's like 17.
Dude, no, he's like my brother's age. I think he's like 19. I was like, no way, dude. He looks like he's like 20 something. Really? He looks older than Nene.
Really? I mean, I don't know. Nene's just shorter.
I don't know. He seemed older than Nene. I was like, what the hell? When he told me his age, I was so confused.
Yeah. Nene's like 27 too.
Yeah, I know. Nene's like old as hell.
About to hit his 30s, bro. That's when you settle down. Shout out Nene, bro.
Yeah. So Jared, what was the story that you wanted to tell us?
Did I say some pretext to it?
No, you just said like, we were like going over what we wanted to talk about. Yeah, you said you had 2 things. You said you had a really funny story about that.
A funny story about what?
I don't remember. This is why we go over things before, stupid.
So I didn't want to ruin it. I'm pretty sure I didn't want to ruin it.
You should have just told us then, and then we would remember. You freaking idiot.
I already know that if I didn't say anything before, it had to be an amazing story. Just knowing my life, knowing myself, it had to be the best thing that's ever happened.
Oh, okay. Hate comments. That's what it was about. I remember now. Yes! I remember now. I was like, what was it? See, you guys, I'm a genius. I remember.
Oh my God, bro. This is the funniest thing.
Your stupid laugh, dude. Oh my God.
Bro, this is the funniest thing that ever happened. Oh my God. I told Jovan, bro, and I was dying, bro. So like
I think Jared says that about like every experience. Like, this is the funniest thing I've ever happened to me. Like every other podcast.
It's because my life is progressively just getting better. My life is amazing.
Praise God.
Every day it gets better. Shout out to God. Shout out to Jesus. But look, so if y'all follow us on Instagram, most of you do. All of you. What am I saying? On Instagram, I posted this video, right, where I basically copied this dude that I saw right on TikTok. Because TikTok, all that everyone does is they copy each other, right?
Yeah.
And everyone does their version of the thing, right? Whatever it is, some stupid dance, the renegade, right? Like, they do their thing, whatever. And then this one dude posted a video where he's walking in his room, he slips on something, and he falls back onto his guitar, and then all of a sudden the guitar's like, ding, 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 ding. It starts playing, right? Like and then he makes it look like it's playing like with his butt cheeks, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, when you think about the video like this, you're like, man, that sounds like so stupid, right? But it's pretty funny, And I saw like 3 people do it, And I was like, man, it looks kind of funny. I have my guitar like in the, I don't know if you guys can see it right there. People in the video can. I have my guitar over here in like this stand. And I was like, oh, I can do it. Like everyone else has it like in that same stand. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. I did it. This video got like 80,000 views on TikTok, right? It was popping off all crazy. Josh, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I forgot. Oh, and on IG it got over 50. Like I think almost 70.
Yeah, I think it's almost at 70 right now on Instagram, right?
Damn.
So everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's hilarious!" And like at first, right, it was like, "Oh my god, it's hilarious." Oh my goodness, I remember there was one guy. I was like, kind of low key, like I was like, "Damn, I'm funny." You know what I mean? Like a little bit like ego boost, because he was saying, what did he say? He's like, I've been rewatching this for 10 minutes. I've showed like all of my family, right? I was like, this is amazing. I know I'm a funny person.
That video was hilarious. I just want to it was freaking hilarious. Like I already had seen the original, but your version was like, it's because I know you. It was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's what made it funny for some people that they know me, just seeing that.
Bro, I was laughing when I saw that, bro. Like I remember oh my god, I was dying. Yeah. That was such a funny video.
Yeah, but that's like the thing, right? Like TikTok, everyone copies each other, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. And then I start getting these comments, right? And I'm like, and there's these people who are saying, wow, such an original concept. It totally didn't copy somebody. And I was like, what? What's like this passive aggressiveness? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then somebody else was like, I cannot believe that you actually copied somebody and you didn't even credit them. And I was like, well, frick, I didn't know. Like, I know you had to like credit some dude when you're just like, I have like 20 followers, I'm like, how am I expecting to get 70K views? You know what I mean? It's like, I just expect my family and my friends to see it. And I get all these comments, and I posted it on Instagram. And on TikTok, I didn't care because TikTok is just like, it doesn't even feel like they're real people. It feels like everyone's a robot or something. Like people don't exist on TikTok. It's just numbers. But I went to Instagram and I posted the same video, right? Because I was like, it went viral over there. It's going to go viral here, right? And it did. It got like 70K views, almost the same. And I get like these comments again, like, oh, you're such a freaking dumbass. You copied somebody, right? And I was like, first of all, idiot, right? I didn't tell him this, but I was thinking this in my brain. I'm like, idiot. First of all, I tagged him in the freaking caption, right? The guy that actually made the video.
I noticed that. You tagged both, like the band or whatever, and him.
Yeah, no, I tagged the guy that made it, the original. I didn't even watch that video, right? But everyone's like, this is not original. This guy made it. I was like, I haven't even seen the damn video that guy made. I saw some other guy copying him, and he didn't tag him, right? This is why it was so funny. I was like, this other guy didn't tag him, and his video has like 2 million likes, and no one's talking about it, right? I was like, so stupid. But I tagged both of these guys. I was like, I saw the original idea from this guy, but apparently this guy's the original maker. I tagged both of them, right? So I see these comments, and then there's this one guy who comments, and he's like, wow, try coming up with something original next time. And I was like, okay, think about it, Jared. What do you want to do here? What do you want to do? There's somebody here that's annoying. I was like, you could ignore it. Yeah, but then that doesn't make for a fun story, right? It doesn't make for fun stories. So then I was like, let me go on his page. Go on his page. And then this is kind of funny. This is kind of ironic almost, right? But let me say before I didn't go to attack this person. Let me just say that beforehand. But I go to his page. I see recently 2 dogs of his that have died. And I think to myself, I'm in a moral dilemma. Right? So I say, damn, do I go to this guy's page that has like 20 followers? And do I tell him at least my dogs aren't dead? I was like,
oh my!
I was in that situation.
Bro, what?
You were horrible.
This like a week ago. And I'm looking at the picture. That's the picture of his dead dogs, or when they were alive, little videos. He's like, I'll always remember you, Scotty, or whatever his name was. I was like, damn, do I just? And then he had the RIP in the bio too. I was like, bro, this could be amazing. I could make a TikTok about this even. It'd be hilarious. I was like, no, I'm not gonna be that guy, right? So then I comment under this guy's thing, and I just say, hey, bro, I'm really sad to hear that your dogs have passed. My dog's very sick too. I hope everything, I hope you feel better about it, and the rest of the puppies are okay. And this guy comments back, and he's like, yeah, it's very hard. Thank you. I'm so sorry about that comment. I've just been in a bad place. He's been feeling sad. And
oh wow.
yeah, and then another kid, same thing. Says like this other person was even more rude, right? They said something more like, "You're such a piece of crap for copying somebody," like something like that, like you're such a dumbass. Come up with something good next time, right? And I go to do the same thing. I go to his page, and I was like, man, if this guy has RIP somebody, I might just say something because he was way more offensive, right?
Oh my god.
I was low key hoping when I went to his page. Then I go to his page, and then if you go to our post, you can see who it is. I'm not gonna say who it is, but like, it was like a random guy, obviously. But I go to his page, and I see he has a YouTube link, right? I go, and this kid has like 50 streams that he does, right? And it's like obviously just him and his friends, and like nobody's watching because they have like 4 views or something. But I still go. I watch like 2 of them, like for 5 minutes. And I told him, hey, it seems like you're having fun with your YouTube videos. Hope you keep going with it. And, that's all that matters, that you're having fun. I hope you should keep posting because you haven't posted like in 2 months. Maybe you should do that again. Right? And this kid comments, he's like, my videos are kind of crap, but I still appreciate the comment. And he says, I am so sorry if my comment came off as offensive and if I hurt your feelings. I hope you forgive me. He says some crap like that. And then I was just thinking about this because, like, it started off as a funny story, but I think it led to something very
great.
Very great because I understood. If anybody that follows Gary Vee, you understand that a lot of people, when they come at you with negativity, it's because they are projecting that onto you because of something that's going on in their lives,
Right.
That's what it is most of the time when people have pain and stuff like that. Like, I could be on here, like, and this is why I was laughing a lot about the dog thing, because my dog died today, right? And that's why I was like, this is kind of funny. Because, my dog, imagine if I had said it to him, how bad I would feel.
Yeah, that's why he said it's ironic.
I thought you were gonna say that you actually told him about the dog. That's why I was laughing.
Imagine, yeah, no, but like, yeah, we could talk about my dog later, but like, that's what I was thinking about. Like, is like you can come at things when things come at you like in a bad way, when things are not going good for you in life, you have a crappy time. You can just project it on somebody else. Even there could be somebody else that's like just making your life crappy. You could you could try to make theirs even worse,
right.
But then it's just gonna come back at you. Like if I had said something to that guy about his dog, imagine he's watching my page and I posted about like my dog.
Your dog died.
My dog died. Yeah. Like I'm planning to post a picture of my dog later because he died and I love him, right? And imagine he's just stalking my page waiting, and then he comes back, says something negative. I respond back and forth, and it never ends,
Yeah, it's pointless. It's just petty.
It's just petty at that point, So that's why I was just wanted to bring it up, because it was like, first of all, it was hilarious because I was like looking at this man's dead dogs.
I sorry to get off topic, but I think about like what like the proverb says, and it's like a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So if you would have responded like with like hatred back, you're just gonna stir up the pot and you're gonna make things worse. But since you let your ego go away, you let your pride go away, and you responded like, you know what, this person is mean to me, but I'm gonna still spread my positivity to him. And look how it went. Like you went they went from being hatred or like hate comments towards you. They had like hatred towards you or showing hate to you, being trolls or whatever, to like, hey, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to, like my comment, like I was just in a tough situation. Or the other kid, like I didn't mean it like this, like now that I read it, it was kind of like a jerk move, blah blah blah. But like if you would have done it back to them, you're just going to be in an endless loop of pettiness, anger, of frustration for no reason with random people you'll probably never meet in your life.
Yeah, and like the thing that I was saying is well, to say what you said first, but like I'm not saying this to like hype myself up. I'm just saying it more like from an observation standpoint, right? Because like it's like like you said, it's easy to let your ego get the best of you, your pride get the best of you. It's easy to let, something like that, especially if you're in a bad place, right?
Right.
It's really easy to do that, but it's not easy to be nice to people. As much as people want to say, just be nice, right? Sometimes not easy to be nice to people, right? Like imagine there's some guy like this, the little kid that was messaging that said those things to me, like he's like, you're such a piece of crap. Like he said like 4 sentences or something, and it was like, damn, like, like you think about it and you're like, why would he say that? Like what did, and you like look back at what you did and like, you're like, does this warrant this sort of response? Like, what did I do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was looking back at my thing and I was like, let me think about it. Was it wrong what I did? Like, is it really that bad that I copied somebody like this? And like what you said, say the proverb again, Josh.
Hold on, I have to open it.
It was like a word of wrath. Say
no.
Open it.
Soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger.
Yeah, harsh words stir up anger, right?
Which is true.
And it's very true because like, I was saying, it's hard to be a good person, because you have to always make
be the
decision.
bigger person, and as a
to be the
matter
bigger
of fact,
person.
to be the bigger person, because being a good person isn't like really that difficult. It's being the bigger person and letting your ego be aside,
Yeah, you have to be actively making those decisions in those moments, like when I saw that, like I say it more comedically, like because like we're in the podcast or whatever, but when I was looking at these guys' dead dogs, it's like, oh, like no, but like, you got what I mean? Like I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, look, something that could hurt him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like he hurt me, something that could hurt him.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to make the decision. You're like, do I want to make a decision that even if it doesn't, I'm trying to hurt this person, or am I going to be the bigger person and just, look to be more positive? And I thought it was, I wanted to share it because like, sorry who I interrupt, but I wanted to share it because not to hype myself up, but like to be like, a lot of that's how it is. A lot of times I feel like even within our own community, we see negativity and it's so easy to jump on there. And I'm a straight up just, I'm not going to call people out, but I'm going to just say people on Twitter are the most toxic, evil people that are on any social media platform, because literally everyone dog piles on any little situation. Someone posts a comment, right? A reply to a tweet that like 3 people find offensive, and then they listen to that negative thing and they say, "Oh yeah,
continue.
It's horrible, right? Let's keep beating them down. Let's keep doing this," instead of being like, "What did you mean? Why did you say this?" Or like having to have a discussion with them or something. You know what I mean? And that's why I was.
When Sahara posted that tweet about his wife or something like that, and he got like so much like backlash because of it.
Who was it?
Sahara.
About
Texas.
His wife?
No, he's not married, but he said when I have like from what I can remember, he was like, when I get married, I'm gonna have my wife cook food for me like from Monday to Sunday or something like that.
Yeah,
and then, like,
yeah.
He got so much backlash because of it, and it was like, I mean, you could just be negative about it, but then you could really just think about it. He's at the time, this was a while ago. I think he was like 15, 16 or something like that.
I think it was like a year or two, no?
Yeah, I was like, it's just a little kid, bro. Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And it's like people are so quick to just
judge,
act, and act on their instant emotion, and they don't like stop to think objectively. Like, okay, it's just a little kid. Who cares, So like, even if it's offensive, it's like it's not gonna change anybody else's life. It's just a dumb comment,
Yeah.
Even though,
like if that's what he thinks, like let him think that. Like go ahead, like good luck to him to like find a wife that's gonna do that. Like if that's what he's expecting, kudos to him. Like good luck trying to get that. But like if that's how he thinks, like let him think that way. It's not gonna kill you to let him think that way,
Yeah, and then there is like I don't doubt that there's like girls that would want to cook for their husbands, but there's also those that are like, oh no, it's gonna be like a mutual thing. We're gonna cook for each other, things like that. So it's like whatever the comment is like you just have to find like the positive about it, because you can always, it's always like two sides, you know?
Exactly. There's always two sides to everything.
No, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like another example, you know, that like, I say Twitter because I feel like Twitter's the place I see more of it, but it's everywhere, right? But like, with that, there could be somebody that is like, I know people that they're like, I want to be at home, cook and clean all day and just be with my dang kids, right? I know people like that. I'm related to people like that, where that's legit, like all they want in life, that they don't want to ever work. They don't want to, they would feel horrible if their husband cooked for them, right? You know, or if he like was the one solely cooking and she wasn't at least helping or something, they would feel horrible, right? Everyone's different in everything, you know? And like what we were saying, like what I was trying to say before is just like, it's so easy to be negative about things, you know, especially when you see people dogpiling. When you see people dogpiling on others, it's so easy to do that. But, you know, too many people are scared to do it nowadays, where it's like, you're going to stand up for what you actually think is right and like not dogpile on somebody, even if something's wrong, right? Like somebody like what Sahara said, right? You know, and I'm not gonna bleep it out, I don't think, but you know, like what he said, right? Some people could think it's wrong. Some people obviously could think it's wrong. They could think it's insensitive, or even, I don't personally think it, but I'm just gonna say it for those that might think it. They might think it's sexist or misogynistic, right? But
misogynistic.
Yeah, and it's like, what's the point of going and tearing down this man's like life and trying to ruin him when you can talk to him and try to figure out why he thinks that, you know? Maybe it's not with evil like thoughts, or you know, or like so wrongly thought. It's just like
intent. Yeah,
like he doesn't have the wrong intent with it, you know? So that's just like my idea about it.
And I mean, I kind of know Sahara. He's a good kid. Like, he's not a, you know, I don't know him all that well, you know, but like, he's cool.
Like, what people have to understand is like, you know, maybe that's how he was raised. Like, maybe that's how his mom is. Like, that his mom cooks like all the meals, she cleans and stuff like that. Like, what's wrong for wanting something that he was raised in, you know?
And what if his mom tells him, like, you better find a woman that's like me? You better find a woman that take care of you.
Or if she's one of the women that like, I want to stay with my children, I want to cook for them, I want to do everything for my husband. Like if like I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, you know, we're probably gonna get like backlash for this. People are probably gonna listen to this podcast and say like, that's bull crap, you know. But we have to see at both sides.
It's okay. The people on Twitter don't listen to us, so it's perfect.
Yeah, honestly.
Dude, but I don't know how it was with you guys, but like with my mom, she would always tell me, you got to make sure that you don't get a lazy wife. She has to know how to cook at least, you know, cook and clean. And it's like, I mean, I agree, but I don't think I want to find a wife that just cooks and clean. You know, I want to find someone who I could like have a good time with, you know, and like I could do things for her, like, and we could do things for each other, you know. So that's where I stand mentally. It's like, wait, hold on, what the hell? I'm getting a call. I don't know from where, but I'm just declining. Not bad.
You're good.
But yeah, where was I?
You're saying like your mom told you not to find a lazy wife or something.
A lazy, yeah, and it's like that's where I'm at mentally when it comes to like when I get married. It's like I don't really care all that much for like the cooking, and like as long as like we, you know, it's something we do for each other, you know. But then there's always people that have like their own views, like Sahara, and there might be even more people in church that have that same view, like, oh, you know, I want my wife to cook for me every day, you know. And I guess, you know, they can do it, whatever, you know, because it's like, oh, as long as you're not a lazy and, you know, what's it called, neglecting husband, you know, then I think you should be good.
And I think that kind of speaks more like if your mom like tells you not like to have like a lazy wife, it's not that like if a girl doesn't cook and clean that she's lazy, you know, but like maybe like they have, because at least how I think of it, you know, like me personally, I would like a wife that knows how to cook and clean and whatnot.
Same.
One sec, Josh, hold on, let me finish.
No, that's why I know. That's why I raised my hand so that
and
you
then
can
like,
finish. And
if I would personally like somebody like this because I know how to do that, right? My mom taught me to not be a lazy piece of crap, right? She told me, she's like, because my mom's like very like tries to be very logical. She's like, what if you don't get married for a long time and then me and your dad die or something? She's like, you need to learn how to cook on your own. You need to learn how to clean. You need to do like normal crap. Like you cannot just be useless, you know? Like me, I don't think my mom has made me food, like an actual dinner. She'll maybe make like a side thing or like something small, but like she's never like made me like a family dinner really for me in years. It's always, I make my own breakfast every day. I make my own lunch. I make my own dinner. My dad maybe once a week will make food for everybody. My mom maybe will make like a little side dish for like to go with the food or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like, you know, like at least for like the way my mom told me is like, I can't be lazy, so I don't expect somebody else to be like that. I don't even think it's lazy. I think it's just being like a normal human being, right? Like if my wife doesn't know how to cook and clean, obviously that's not the main thing. Like I don't give two craps. If I like somebody at the end of the day, I don't give a crap if you don't know how to like, if you don't know how to brush your teeth, well, that might be a different thing, but if you don't know how to do something simple like that, right? Like you don't know how to do something very simple. It's like, who cares? I'll help you learn, you know, because in my opinion, that's not a good thing that you don't know that. But if you like somebody enough, you know, like it shouldn't be, I don't know. Yeah, you can change
things.
too.
What I wanted to say, because kind of like where Jared was going, like, you know, maybe his mom tells him, you know, like how you said, like how Oz said, like his mom tells him like, oh, look for someone that at least knows how to cook. I think parents do that because they know what we lack. It's not that they.
That's true.
It's not that they want us like, oh, you have to find someone that's like this, like that. It's because they know like, okay, if you're lazy and you find someone that's lazy, you guys are both going to be lazy. So you have to find someone that's the opposite of you so that you could work together and be better. Because who the hell wants two negatives? It's not like in math that two negatives equals a positive. No, two negatives in real life are two negatives. There's no positive outcome.
Two pieces of crap equal a bigger piece of crap.
Exactly. Like
right?
like PEMDAS, okay? PEMDAS. But like I think parents. I know, sure, it was. But I think parents, like moms, dads, do that. Like, hey, you need to look for this because they see you. They've watched you grow. They've seen you since you're an infant.
Yeah.
They know who you are. So it's like, okay, if they tell you you need to find this or you should find this, you know, like you should look for a person like this, it's because they know, like, dude, you need this. You need help in this aspect. You know, you lack in this, so you should look for this. And no one considers that. Like when you're on Twitter or whatever, like you see someone comments like this freaking asshole, freaking this, like misogynistic, like no, like look around him, look at the kid, like how you said, he's a good kid. Like I don't see anything like bad about the kid. He didn't do it with malice, like he didn't do it out of hatred, like I hate women. No, he just said like when I'm married, I'm gonna find someone that's gonna cook for me or something like that. Like what's wrong with that? Like it you know,
I feel like
he
it's
knows
just like the feminine. Well, sorry.
No,
I feel like it's just more the feminist, what's it called? Like the groups of feminists, I guess, with the
I wouldn't even say
I
wouldn't even say it's that. I think it's just people being quick to pull the trigger and just like instantly judge, instantly comment. Like they don't take the time to like actually develop in their damn brain. Like, hey, he probably didn't mean this, so go, Jared.
I kind of agree with Oz that it's kind of like the feminists that are kind of very it's the same thing. Like I was talking this about somebody else the other day, you know, but the thing about gender roles and stuff like that, it's like they want to break away the barriers in a way of that, whatever it may like. And I'm not saying like let's break the barriers. I'm saying it's stupid to break the barriers. To understand that it's important to understand that there's differences between men and women, you know. I think a woman can do like 90% of what a guy can do, right? Like in like life, career sort of things. They can do like almost everything, right? And it's like basically everything, you know? Like obviously I don't think like if you think like MMA, I don't think someone is going to go over here, a woman, the best woman boxer in the world, I don't think she's going to ever beat Floyd Mayweather, right? Or like I think she might be close, but I don't think she has a good chance, right? But what I'm saying with this basically is like, you know, it's not even about roles. It's just like people get way too. I'm trying to think of what I want to think about what I say so it doesn't come off. And then like
it's
just
cancel
disclosure,
culture, bro.
Yeah, it's exactly it's cancel culture, you know, because like Sahara, he had this idea and it was just like that's where I was going.
That's what he wants.
Sahara, that's just like the thing that he wants. Like me, I know that if I get married or something, I want my wife to be a very to at least be somewhat a clean and organized person, because I know that I can lack that, right? I'll be honest. The only thing that saves my room from being a complete and utter mess is this podcast, because I have to make sure that the background is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can contest to that. Like I know for a fact that Jared is very dirty and his room is always dirty, but for this podcast, it looks nice and neat.
Yeah, like
Hey,
over here, like
we don't need like an incentive or something, bro.
yeah, exactly. And it's just like like it's kind of went with what Josh saying. He might just feel like that's what he needs. Like what if he thinks like, oh,
like hey, I can't cook. I need someone that's gonna be able to cook.
Or he thinks
You
like
never
if
know,
we're
like-
both working or something, like she needs to be able to cook sometimes because what if I get off late someday and I am the type of guy that likes to sit down and eat with his family every day and I want to have that relationship with my family. So I need to make sure that she's there to have that relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't just be like I know Sahara. He's a good kid. Like we keep saying Sahara, but like this is like the situation in general, right?
Yeah.
It's like
like we're not. Gonna
it's just
like,
what
base it
he
on
thinks.
Him. It's like
Sahara, bro.
there's other good people out there that make like one comment and people just like cancel them immediately. Like I sent a message
comment
to these
either.
guys.
It's just
it's not, but it gets taken out of proportion. And I think we're gonna get canceled for this podcast. So thank you, Oz, for allowing us this opportunity to get canceled. And thank you, everyone that's watching, because you're about to get canceled.
Shout out to the haters. We freaking love you guys.
But okay. So before we continue, I just want to say something that Jared said. Like we got a lot of hate comments and everything. I also have access to the Lama Podcast account, Instagram account. And I want to say from what I saw that...
Don't look through the likes.
No.
Just kidding.
No. With every one comment of hate, we had like 10 comments of like laughing emojis. Like, hey, this is amazing. Like I saw like one comment, like some guy from like Virginia or like some random state. He's like, dude, this is the funniest video I've ever seen. And like, I would like all the positive comments. And all the other comments, I would just like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who is this person? Who is this person to like say like this is stupid? Like to me, this is funny and this is what I love. And I love Jared and this was funny. He took his time. He took his like a part of his day to make this video so that you could laugh. And I guarantee you those haters laughed at the video, even though like they're hating. And I guarantee they laughed at it. And I don't care. Like if they want to hate, go ahead. Because for every one comment of hate, there was 10 more comments that were positive. So always look at the positive of everything.
And then like one thing I was thinking about.
Shout out to those that gave us a positive feedback, by the way. We love you. We appreciate you.
And shout out to the people that
gave us hate too, because we appreciate you too.
Yeah, all the people that secretly disliked this video, thank you. Yeah. You're helping us get closer to get monetized, and that means the world.
Honestly, like the hate, we love it. We enjoy it. Like honestly.
No, but look.
Sahara too, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Sahara.
Yeah, honestly. Shout out to Sahara for being a guinea pig for us.
I have another thing that I wanted to, since we're already on it, we're already getting canceled.
Yeah, we're already getting canceled. Let's go.
Another thing, the people that came at Sahara, right?
Or at anyone, for a matter of fact.
And it comes at anybody like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like anyone, as a matter of fact.
It's like, what the hell is going on? Like, because I told you, right? 2 times in a row, right? Right now, I'm 2 for 2 on this. That every time I go and I say something positive to somebody, they end up coming back with something positive, right? I even did this on TikTok the other day. There was this just this random post, and I started telling everybody like somebody would comment like, "What the hell?" and like not on my stuff but other people's stuff. I'd be like, "Well, what was wrong?" I thought it was kind of funny, and they're like, "I don't know, it just seemed kind of weird," And like I was like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe they're just having fun." Right? I'm literally just having a conversation with some random dude with 2 followers. Right? And it's like every time when you confront them about it, either they double down or most of the time they're like, oh, like, I don't know, And I think the people that went to cancel anybody, right? I don't want to even say the people that cancel Hara because I don't know them. But I can only imagine that they're going through something, that something else is bothering them in their life.
And they're letting it out on one person.
And they're letting it out on him. Or this certain topic, they haven't even addressed it in their own life. And they're letting it out on them. What was that?
Yep. So not even the person. It's like literally just a comment. Like they don't really care who it is,
Yeah.
It's just whatever they said.
Now, there was another thing, right? And then, Oziel, if you're on Twitter, I imagine you might have seen this too. There was someone else that a lot of people, that he has been already canceled like 7 times. I'm going to say his name. I don't care, right? His name is Moises.
7 times.
You know Moises, right?
I've seen him on Twitter. I don't know what.
Yeah. We're already talking about it.
I don't have a Twitter. But the fact that he's been canceled like 7 times is freaking funny.
And I'll tell you, every single time, It's about a tweet that has like 4 words in it or something.
Oh my god,
it's about something that he said that has like maybe 4 words in it, right?
Yeah.
There was one day,
oh my god, it's funny.
and look, this is why I say we might get canceled. There was some random day. I forgot what day it was. I don't know, it was some special day, but all mainly girls, some guys, they were tweeting, they were like, I was 12, I was 17, I was this. The days that they were like sexually harassed or something, right? Like the first time or something happened to them traumatic, right?
Yep.
And then someone tweeted that, and then he like responded to one person. He's like, that's so sad to hear, but we have to make sure that it's important to come out with this and, make sure that what justice is served or something, right? He's like, it's important to speak about this, right? I think that's pretty acceptable, right? Like, right. I would tell any woman that if you're getting sexually harassed or something's going on with you, be it emotionally, physically, or sexually, you should come forward and say something, because that's not right, real quick. So, like, and I'm saying, like, if it's happening, like, even if you don't feel like you have proof or something for it, it's good to say something. It's good to say something, because then maybe they don't get prosecuted, but maybe the person, they're watching them, and now you have enough courage to like record them or something, Like, I think it's important to say something.
Or maybe there's more victims.
Maybe there's more victims, and that brings out something, and it's gonna help. I think that's a very good statement, something to say, that if something's going on in your life, whatever it may be, it doesn't have to be, not even abuse, but like something that you feel is wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good, even like at least to close people, say something, right? Yeah. Maybe even public. So he said this. He's like, but it's important to come out and say these people, to find justice or something like that. Everyone starts canceling him because they say, you don't tell a woman what to do. She shares her story when she wants to, right? And I'm thinking, like, this man is standing up for women. He's saying, what we need to do is like make women feel comfortable enough to come forward with these things when they do feel like it's happening and when it is happening, right? But they were harassing this man verbally, like, and through messages, to the point where he deleted his account, right? He was getting hundreds of messages, almost like hundreds, right? Like at least like 100+ messages he got about this, right? And that's what I just think about. I'm like, why does someone have to take it so out of context? You know what I mean? That it's something so, he's legit. Like, if someone had thought for literally like 30 seconds, this guy is saying what freaking Kylie Jenner or some other stupid celebrity is saying, like, come out with the truth, me too, whatever the thing is, right? They're saying that this dude is saying the exact same thing.
But since,
like,
excuse me from what I'm going to say, and I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but since it's the opposite sex saying it, it's incorrect.
Exactly. It's like
and I'm probably going to get canceled for that. I'm probably going to get canceled for that because, like, I see both sides. I see why, like, people canceled him for that, and why people, like how you're saying, like, I don't see anything wrong. Like, you have to see both sides. Like, that's what I do. I see the positive and negatives from both sides.
Yeah.
And I see also why people comment, like, because you also have to read the room, you have to, like, see, like, the situation. Like, I'm not, like, I see people, how you said, like, oh, I was this age and everything. If you're a guy, you're not going to go post, like, unless you've been sexually assaulted or, something happened to you, you're not going to go put, like, I'm this age and F around, obviously, then that person's going to be immediately canceled. Like, if you're looking for it, it will happen. But in that case, like I see both aspects, like, read the room, buddy. Like, you shouldn't have, like.
That's another thing. I'm saying it wasn't the most thought out thing that he did, right?
Exactly.
I'm not saying that it's like it was permissible, not saying that it wasn't wrong in a sense or insensitive, because it felt like it was a little bit, because someone's just saying something and then publicly you just said, but you should say something, it's kind of like pointing the finger at that person, It makes it a little weird for them, but no one took a second to just think like what his intentions were,
Right.
He could have just saw that one, and it'd been the one where he was like, because the girl said something, she said like, I was this, and then she made like a 2-sentence thing, and like, at least the way I thought of it in my brain is like, it could have been, he already saw like 7 of these, and now he sees a girl saying it and talking about the situation, and he's like, holy crap. He's like, let me just comment on here for like everyone and be like, hey, y'all should say something if something happens like that. Like, that's sad. You know what I mean? Obviously, I still think it's a little insensitive because like he's putting that on somebody's like on a specific person's comment about their situation, and it could seem like targeted or whatever they thought. But still, if people took a second to think about it, right? It's like he's just saying like what everyone else is thinking. Come forward about it. What the literal point of the trend was. The literal point of the trend was to make people comfortable with coming out about it, right? Even if it's just saying I was 12, I was 17, I was 20, whatever it was, right? They're making people comfortable.
He was in support of it.
Yeah, he was in support of it. That's why I remember he was very conflicted about it, right? And I don't want to make this a whole drama thing, right? So I don't want to prolong it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this is like the people that if someone like at least me, like if I think of it like this way, there's a black guy being racist to a Chinese person, right?
No, I was about to like say that. They weren't
and you don't call it out, that's like that guy's being racist. Just because he's black doesn't mean that he's not racist. If a white
That's
guy,
another thing about like, I don't get why black people, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, they're like, oh, I can't be racist because I'm black, you know. So they try to make as many racist comments as they can, and it's like can't really do anything about it besides tell them they're racist. But then they're like, oh no, I'm black, I'm not racist.
Something I maybe I'm wrong, but it's like I don't understand, like, and I'm gonna use Hispanics, Latinos as an example. It's like, you know, we call each other like like beaners, like stuff like that, wetbacks, and like we joke around like it, but like a white man says it and he's instantly canceled, he's instantly a racist.
He's the the lead wizard of the KKK.
Yeah, and it's stuff like that, like we say it all the time, like, okay, there's you know, Mexicans are, you know, they're in gangs, blah blah blah. It's statistics, you know. They're you know, like people that are coming from cartels from Mexico, from all over Central America, but a white man says it, and it's automatically he's a racist. He's against us. It's like, no, he's just saying the truth, and it's kind of like how you're saying, like he was in support. He was trying to help, you know, the women. He was trying to like hey, I'm here for you. That's kind of what he was saying. That's kind of the vibe I'm kind of getting from it. Like I obviously, like I said, I don't have a Twitter.
Josh has no idea about the situation. Just
I have no idea. I don't have a Twitter.
If he sounds ill-informed, he is ill-informed. You know.
Yes, I apologize. That's what I'm saying. I get canceled.
I haven't heard about. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Moses. Like I don't know if I wasn't on Twitter then. I don't know how long ago this was, but I don't remember seeing.
Yeah, but like tell me if I'm wrong, but it's like it sounds like, in what you said, Jared, it sounds like he was in support of it. Like he sounds like he was.
Definitely was.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've known the guy for years. Like he's not a person to be mean to other people.
No, exactly.
He's the type to try to make everyone feel very comfortable.
He's actually one of the nicest guys I know.
Exactly. So, you know, never in a million years would I think that he's trying to do this to call this girl out or to say something mean to her or make her feel bad. You know what I mean? Sorry, Oziel.
And even if he was, like, I still don't see how people would see it as a bad thing. It's like, yeah, you're just saying that you're in support of people coming out and saying this, and it's like he's not. Even if he was saying, "Oh, you guys should come out," he's not telling them to come out. He's just like, yeah, like we got to make a space.
It would be a completely different, example if, like, I'm gonna use you, Oz, as an example. Like it would be different if like Oz is like a very like renowned for being like sexist, for being misogynistic, for being a machista, stuff like that, like, and he makes that comment and stuff like that. Okay, I would see why. But it's like someone that's like never like done anything, he was trying to show support. Like I don't know, I don't understand.
People don't even know him either. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
It's like, I don't know.
And I guarantee you, like 85% of the girls that like were like canceling him probably did not know him. Like how you said, like they probably didn't even know him, but they saw the comment and they instantly went like off on him for no reason.
This happens a lot, dude. With like
that's the bad things about social media. Like how Jared said, like you see a lot of people going with it, and a lot of people like just blindly follow. Like they just jump on the bandwagon. They don't know what's going on. They don't know the cause. And they just do it because like, oh, everyone else is doing it, I'm gonna do it too. It's like
what do you guys,
that's not really why you should do things.
Yeah. What do you guys think is like the root of all of this? Like, what is the reasoning behind
Jared,
all of
I know
this?
you had something to say. What's up?
Let me see. We'll go back to Oziel's thing because I think that's a good place to keep going with it. But I was just gonna say, like, with in regards to the situation, you know, like people didn't know him, people like whatever, and they're like, it's about like, you know, people are so blind to it sometimes. Like there was this video that came out a little while ago, and we'll get back to Oziel's thing. I'm gonna write it down too, so I don't forget the root of it, but because I think that's good, root of it. Yeah. But there was this video that came out that kind of was trending about a lot of it was primarily black people, African American people, whatever they like to be called. In the video, they called them folks, Folx, because apparently that's progressive, you know. And X? I don't want to, folks, folks people. So I don't know what the terminology. I don't even know what that means, you know. But I'm just saying it because I saw it in the video. But they were saying like, what are white people superior at? This is already kind of like a charged question, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, like, as soon as you say that, like, there's gonna be people like, "Oh my God, this is so racist."
Yeah. So no. But then they asked these primarily black people, right? Yeah. It was primarily black people, and then there was also white women that had Karen haircuts, right? And they asked them, "What are white people superior at?" And they're like, "I don't know, liking mayonnaise," and they're saying all these dumb things, right? And like, honestly,
was this in the South?
No, it was like random. I don't even know where it is. It was like just a random thing, right? Like it was like a BuzzFeed type of video, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He was like, I don't know, they like mayonnaise, and they're like, what are they superior at?
That's why you just said it in an accent, so I was like, okay, so what was it?
No, it was just like what something they were saying, you know, like, and then it kind of started taking a weird turn. They're like, I guess they're superior at oppressing other minority groups, and I was like, whoa, like that kind of came out of nowhere. Thought we were talking about white people liking mayonnaise and not putting salt on the chicken. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of things they do. All they know is like salt and like avocado oil. That's the only thing they know, right? Like that's kind of funny. But then they're like, you know, and they're like, oh, and then somebody said, having fun is inherently a white supremacist concept because they're free enough to have fun, and they don't have any problems to, you know, to bother them from having fun. I was like, now being in a state of happiness is considered a white thing. I'm like, damn, I wish I was like, I feel like I'm white because I'm very happy, you know? And it's like,
so the state of having fun and enjoying yourself
is inherently, it is a thing of white supremacy.
Wow.
Right? That was like basically what the person said, right? And the point I'm kind of ranting about it, and we'll get to what Oz is saying, but what I was saying about this is like, why is no one calling these people inherently, is nobody calling them racist? You know, why is no one saying that these people, even if they're not racist, right? Even though I think it's racially insensitive, you know, especially the way they're forming these things.
Right.
Why is no one saying? Why is it okay for them, for not even them as black people, but for these human beings that are speaking to say these things, right? If a white guy came around, they asked him, "What are black people superior at?" And I'm gonna say this just for context. If someone tries to take this clip out of context, go 30, 40 seconds in either direction, okay? Black people are superior at liking chicken, fried chicken. Like, that's racist as hell, right? Mm-hmm. That sounds very like, or like, black people, I'm even go this far. Black people are superior at going to prison, right? A lot of people say that. And black prisons are, like, filled a lot with African Americans. Statistically, right? Someone said that, they'd be canceled immediately, right? But why is it when someone
just
says...
like JERED just now.
Just like me right now. Keep watching for 30 seconds, right? Why is it that they can say that all white people, right? So just like if the KKK leader said all black people, why can they say all white people are white supremacists that just want to kill and lynch black people and kill other minority groups and hate everyone? Why can these human beings say this about a race, and then it's not okay to say the other way, you know?
Right.
So that was just, it was kind of like, I wanted to bring it up because it was kind of going with the other thing we were saying.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just my take on it, that it's very easy to be biased and look at the world exclusively through your own lens. You know, and I still think, like, obviously, what happened to black people in the past and throughout history is horrible.
Horrible.
Right? Even nowadays, there's still many people that are enslaved.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But what I'm saying is, like, how is it, why is it that it seems like sometimes we're going backwards, and then now we're just like, okay, these races are okay. They're okay from everything that could be wrong and racist. but white people or like these like set of people, they're the only people that are wrong, right? Like, I don't know. For me, it's like very selfish way of looking at it, and especially people born like within the like obviously slavery was like even just like 2 generations ago in America, right? But I still think like I don't. It's just like it doesn't make sense to me that.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like people just don't, and it's it's probably gonna be something that like might offend somebody, but I feel like people just don't know how to like let go of the past. You know, like yeah, we can all agree that it was a horrible thing that happened to African Americans. We can all agree that we would not let it happen again. But it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's just a bunch of.
At what point do you go forward?
This took an interesting turn because I've never thought of it this way. So this took an interesting turn.
Yeah, like, because it's like, I mean, at what point do you go forward?
Yeah, and also we can't tell them like just move on, you know, because you know it's part of their history, you know, it's something that they're
the reason. Sorry to interrupt because I know I'm gonna forget this thought is that you know, like you see like random quotes and everything, and it just clicked in my head when you said that, because that's why I said like this is interesting, because I just saw a quote like that is like was written by like a famous author, and this author said, "Don't dwell in the past because the past is for time travelers." So I had never like I saw that and I thought like in a personal level like, okay, don't look at the past, don't look at everything it was. So and then Oz says that, I'm like, holy crap, like I didn't think about it like that way either, you know. That's why I said it was interesting. I didn't see it your way of viewing.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like, and it's a weird place to like talk about, because it's like you can't really tell them like, oh, you should just move on, you know, because you're not slaves, you know. You can't say that, and I'm not saying anybody should say that, but I mean, it's true. Like, it's like how Jared said, like, how could we move on? How could we move forward? And it's like, I personally, I mean, I don't know, but starting off, we could probably just
go ahead, Jared.
Start, yeah.
So I was just gonna say, because it's like, at least for me, I think of it like this, right? Because you see it like, especially a lot in politics, right? Where people tell you, hey, Mexicans, they're trying to kill your family, or they're trying to get rid of your family, right? Black people, they're killing all the men, right? Women, this is what's going on with you. Men don't like you in society, whatever it may be, right? Whatever group they may be speaking to. And me as like a Hispanic person, I think like, you know, like, oh, they're trying to get rid of like, you know, all these things to help you stay in this country and whatnot, right? And you know, I always think about that. I'm like, you know, like that's a nice thing, but you know, a lot of times when people come to this country, it is illegally, you know? It is like, and it's just like, at what point, especially me being a Christian person, because that's more my identity than anything else, I think I'm taught to be a law-abiding person, you know? Regardless of any situation. And I think a lot of times, like, I should be in a situation where, like, things shouldn't be going good for me in life, right? Like, my dad shouldn't ever have a good job, nothing. What society tells you is that like a man who came here from a different country and he doesn't have anything, he inherently will be at a lower spot, and nothing good will happen to them or something, you know? And I think about that a lot. It's like I could look at my life and just be negative, like, oh, I don't get to go to a good school because I'm not white and my dad's not rich, right? Or I could just be like, whatever, just keep going with life. Who gives a crap about what race I am? Wrong. No, but it's not even like, who gives a crap about what race you are? Like, I've never thought about my race inherently having any sort of effect on my life, right? And I don't know if it's just me, you know, maybe for like, I'm a brown skinned guy here. I'm like kind of light, but like, I don't know what it might be like for someone that is black or someone that is Chinese or something. But I cannot, like, at least me personally, right? I cannot imagine how my race it could affect my life in such a negative way. When I've seen race never come up ever, like hardly ever in my life. The only times it ever comes up is when I'm joking around with friends or family, right? That's the only times it ever comes up. Like I tell Josh all the time that you know, he's a what's it called? That I hate Puerto Ricans, and I just say that. I just say that because Josh is Puerto Rican, right? And then what's it called? Like if I had a black friend, I've had a black friend before, like in high school, and we'd always joke with him.
Shout out Dimitri.
Yeah, shout out to Dimitri. We'd always joke about him, you know, and he would always like laugh about it. You know, sometimes we'd say like some kind of stuff like, you know, like borderline things. Like he'd be like we tell him, hey, can you do this, or like, hey, pass me that. He'd be like, what, am I your slave? And I'll be like, maybe, you know. And it's kind of like joking around. But he would.
I never said that. But I just want to clarify this right now. That was not me. That was Jared.
Me and him were in the same grade. We had like this 4 classes together. You know, like we knew each other very well, and like he would be very jokingly, you know, and he would.
There's a lot of cool black people. There's a lot of cool people in every race, bro.
Exactly. Like we can't just say like, oh, there's a lot of cool black people. No.
Yeah.
Every race has a lot of. There's the good and bad and everything.
Yeah.
That's what I tell everyone. There's good and bad in everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah.
Especially Puerto Ricans.
Personally, dude, I've never.
I was not expecting that. I swear to God, I was not expecting that. That was good.
That's funny. But yeah, personally, I've never thought about like race being a deciding factor on like how good a person is, now, like, yeah, or how funny or how.
I want to bring up. Yeah. And this. I don't know how long we've been on the podcast, but I want to bring up something that maybe people are, when they're listening to this, is like, oh, it's because of this, or they're probably thinking it, or we might get hate for it, but it's like, for myself, I'm a light complected Mexican, half Puerto Rican. Oz, you're not dark. Jared, you're also not dark. So do you think that also plays a role in it as well? Because for me, I've never felt like I've ever been a victim of, you know, racism or anything like that. But maybe it is because of my skin complexion. Maybe it is because of how I am. Now, I've experienced different type of forms of, I don't know the right word to say.
Discrimination?
I wouldn't say discrimination, because that sounds like really bad. But I would say like let's just say harassment. I guess like I would say like neglection more from like teachers and everything, because of my actions and how I was and like the way I like conducted myself in school. But I would never say it's because the teacher was a racist or because I was a Mexican kid in her class, like that, you know, like that was the reason why my teacher hated me. Like I would say like it's because I was a dumb little kid that was always talking. I spoke back to the teachers. I would get mad at them. I never wanted to stay still, like stuff like that. So I can we say the other aspect, like that we've never experienced it because of our complexion, because we are, you know, light-skinned Latinos, light-skinned Hispanics, that can you say that?
Bro, you got to think about it, like it's not really even your skin complexion, bro. It's the people who are racist. It's like you can't really control what other people think. It's like it's them who are causing the problem, and then we're just taking it and like just taking it as if, oh, it's our race, you know, that's the problem. It's the color of our skin. It's not the color of our skin. It's the people that are being racist.
Right.
Like even if it's been canceled so many times, people are still like it's a bad thing, you know. It's a bad thing to be racist. It's never going to be acceptable. But then there's always people that are going to be racist, and then, you know, it just goes in a cycle when people think, oh, you know, it's our skin complexion. It's our.
And I'll say about that is like exactly what you say. It's not about your race. It's about the person, you know, because if someone hates Mexicans, they're racist and they hate Mexicans. They see anyone talking Spanish, they say Mexican, right? They hear a Puerto Rican que está, hola, mijo, ¿qué está diciendo? They say Mexican, right?
I'm going to cancel you, Jared, the next time you make something up about Puerto Ricans.
Right? And then let's say they hear Colombians where they're like, ay, mijo, por favor, véngase para acá. They hear a Colombian, they're like Mexican, right? They hear an Argentinian person, they say Mexican, right? It's not that this is wrong. I'll let you hold on. Let me just say the one thing. But like, it's not that the person is not. It's not the. I mean, it is the person. They're just wrong. You know, it's not inherently my race that is making it like. Because I don't go everywhere, and not all the white people are racist to me. You know, like my mom went to the store the other day, and I've said it here on the podcast.
Yeah, you said the podcast.
She's on the phone talking on Spanish, right? And this lady, like this lady's there, and she's like walking down the aisle, and she's like, "Excuse me," and my mom like is like, "What the heck's wrong with this lady?" Right? And she just starts like, she tells her like, "Sorry, no hablo inglés." My mom speaks perfect English. She was raised in this country. She was born here, right? She lived a lot of her life in Colombia, but she was raised here and born here.
Yeah.
But my mom said, "No hablo inglés." And this woman said, "You goddamn Mexicans, y'all need to get out of this country," right? My mom starts laughing. My mom's like, "Jesus Christ, this is the best day ever. I never thought I would experience like a Karen." And my mom was like, "Sorry, you don't understand." And she's like, "Stupid Mexican," right? And my mom was like all ready to record and go on Facebook and like laughing. She's like literally almost pissed herself in the middle of the aisle, right? And like she knew it wasn't because like she wasn't all like, "Oh my God, they're mean to me because I'm Hispanic," right? She was like, "Oh my God,
that person is a natural racist.
I found an actual racist person here."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know, that's what I was trying to say. It's just like, it's the people. Like, I'll let you go, Oziel.
Yeah. No, I just have a story. Like, there was this teacher I had that she went. I forgot where. I think she went to Colombia. No, she's from Colombia. Yeah, and then she was a teacher. She came over here. She became a teacher, whatever. And then one time she was in a store, much like your mom. She was just shopping, and she heard like these two white guys just like bashing Mexicans, like, "Oh, like these Mexicans are this and that, they're horrible." And then she has like a really strong accent, you know, because she was born in Colombia, I think it was. And then she was like, "Yo, but what about me?" Like I think she knew them. She's like, "Yo, but what about me?" She was like, "Oh no, you're good. You're from Colombia." And it's like, "No, but like we're all Hispanic, you know, we all speak Spanish, you know, like what's the difference besides where we're from?" Like, "Oh no, it's just the Mexicans, you know, like the Mexicans are the problem. Like you guys are good, you know, Puerto Ricans, Colombians, Venezuelans, like they literally started talking about other races."
Since JERED always likes to bash on Puerto Ricans, I just want to say Colombians are the actual problem. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Josh. You have to be careful. You know, a lot of Colombians listen to this, Josh. You have to be careful.
You know, that's why I'm laughing and I'm saying just kidding, because I know all your family is gonna bag on me, right. Once they hear this podcast, like I'm gonna get like asterisks, like messaging me like, "You freaking asshole! Like, why are you saying this about Colombians?" I love you guys, but okay. I just say it because JERED and I always like talk crap about each other. Like we do it as a joke.
It's okay. Puerto Ricans know they're the problem. We just don't talk about it. We try to avoid that conversation. It's like when when somebody just keeps leaving their dirty clothes on the side, and you're like, they'll eventually get them. Let's not have that conversation.
Okay, so let's finish with the question Otis had, and what is the root of this? So I was thinking about it like while you guys were talking, and me personally, I think, you know, obviously social media has a big influence on it, and I think, you know, in the advances of technology, social media and everything, everyone thinks they're right. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone thinks they're right. They never think they're wrong. Am I wrong? Like, am I saying anything false there?
Wait, you don't think you're wrong? That sounds kind of like what you're saying.
No. Like when people are on social media, like they always think like, no, it's like this. Like this person is stupid. This guy's an ignorant. This guy's like this. I can't believe he thinks that. And they always think they're right. Like, am I saying anything false?
No,
yeah, you're right.
Like, even what we're saying right now, I can be wrong about something. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's why I kept, like, after every time I would say something, like, I could be wrong. This is how I see things. If it's wrong, please tell me. Like, if you have another way of seeing it, please tell me and inform me, educate me, because I want to see what you see and I want to talk to you about it. I want to, like, be able to, like, you know, understand what you have to say and what I have to say. I also want to tell you about it. And like with social media nowadays, it's like everyone thinks they're right. Everyone has an opinion and they're able to, like, voice it out on social media. And the thing is that, like, since you're behind a screen and no one sees your face, it's so much easier, because I guarantee you, like, that person that, like, was talking crap about JERED, or those people that post hate comments on our page and stuff, they would not do it in my face. I guarantee you they won't. I mean, there may be like one or two that will do it, but I think social media, like, that's probably the main root, that people get this confidence of, like, okay, I'm a badass. Like I could do this, I could do that, I could put this comment, I could say this, and like on social media, and it has a really bad effect in general.
That's interesting. I think kind of like I understand that. I think that's part of it, but I say it goes to something more deeply. Like it's just like honestly, it's a combination of a few things that people don't have the security in themselves, right? And
Ooh.
in their lives,
Ooh.
where it's like, and they don't have like, they have too much fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I remember I was watching this other video of somebody, and I'm just gonna say it, right? And I don't, people might hate me because like, why you listen to that guy? This YouTuber, very big, he's Steven Crowder. He has this thing called Change Your Mind, and he's talking to this girl, right? And he's telling him, why do you think you got into the University of Texas, right? Why do you think you got into school? She's like, I think because I'm, because I'm Indian. I think she was Indian or black or something. She was a minority group. And she's like, I think because I was that, because I didn't have the best test scores. And then he's like, well, I think that's really sad that you think that. That's why you got in, He's like, how did you do in your school? He's like, I was like the fourth, like in my class, And it's like, that's really good, Like that's
Right.
super insanely good. Like 4 out of a few thousand people, like that's crazy. And it's the insecurity of people because it's like you feel like the world is against you. You feel like you feel like your shortcomings somehow are not your fault, even though it could be that it's not your fault, right? But the fact that you don't accept that I'm just had a bad set of cards. I just had this, and wanting to blame other people, wanting to find people, because like if I don't think like I'm trying not to speak for others, but like if we think of the black community, if they say, oh, white people are ruining us, right? And or like I think a lot of people, like they can relate to this where it's like, why don't they blame their parents, or the lack of parenting, why don't they say, oh, maybe it's because of this way I was brought up that this happened, And I said about black people because I'm gonna be straight up. Even it's a statistic, but it could sound slightly offensive, right? That most of the time, a lot of black households, right, especially poor, that there's no father figure, right? They could say, oh, it's because white men are doing this, they're putting our people in jail, whatever it may be, right? But maybe it's that you didn't have a father figure in your life, this didn't happen, that you weren't. So I think at the end of the day,
But
I'm not trying to get deep about it, but it's
yeah,
people's insecurities and their own fears that cause them to be hateful to other people.
Okay. I want to
social
contradict
media
you.
just projects it.
I want to contradict you because there are a lot of great individuals that did not grow up with a father and are
But
millionaires.
it's not the same for everybody, I would say.
No, that's why I'm saying,
But
because
I guess I forgot to say it. It's like their insecurities and their fears they're projecting onto others, but it's because they don't know, because that's the only thing they do. They don't know what else to do with it. Those other people you're saying they grew up without fathers, they grew up without families or something, they could have just said like, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that, I'm gonna blame them for the rest of my life, right? But they were just like, it happened, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep doing with my life. It's not like, like who we could think of anybody, right? Like it's like any successful people, they've had like these difficulties. They could have just stopped, gave up, and said that's the thing, and blamed it and said that's the reason why they lost. But they said whatever. Most of the time, you hear people talk about something bad that happened to them. It's kind of like it kind of happened, Especially very successful people like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, right? When he almost went bankrupt, he's like, well, I almost went bankrupt, and I kind of had to make a decision. It was a little hard, but thankfully it's okay. Elon Musk is kind of weird because he like has no emotions. He might be a robot.
I think he's a robot. I think that's not Elon Musk anymore.
I don't think so. He programmed his brain, But that's like my point. Like, they don't look at it like this ruined my life. This ruined everything.
They use it as a learning experience.
Yeah, exactly.
They could define their life too. Like it could be a life defining factor that you don't have a father figure, or that something went wrong, or you just didn't get the best cards, dealt. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like a lot of people just hold on to that bitterness, and there's really nothing you could do. But like, I mean, you can't really talk to people and try to get them to like let go of that bitterness. It's something that they have to want for themselves, you know,
exactly.
Like betterment, self.
And something that I wanted to say is like, and this is like, I'm done. Like, you guys could cut the podcast right after this, unless you guys have stuff to say. But like, you know, obviously, I have my own mentality, the way of viewing things. JERED does, and Oz does. We're three different individuals that have three different ideas, three different like set of understanding things. Like, we are not gonna all think the same. So now think about how many millions, billions of people are here on Earth. We all think differently. For as much as we say like, oh, JERED and I are so alike, we think the same. No, we think very different in many things. This podcast proved it, because we have so many different ideas. Like, dude, no, we should do this. No, I like this, like, and stuff like that.
And we could all be wrong. We could all be right.
Exactly. You know? Like that's the thing. Like, you know, Oz could bring something up, like how I said, like, oh, that was interesting. I didn't see it that way. I didn't see it that way. And when he brought it up, I'm like, hey, that's a pretty good point. Like, I actually didn't see that way. And that's what we have to understand. Like, you know, each individual, like, sees things differently, understand things differently, and views things in different aspects, you know? So I think that's a big portion of it. Like, each person is, you know, unique. Each person is unique. For as much as like, oh, I watch this person and I try to be like him, I try to be like, no, you're never going to be that person, because you're you. You're never going to change who you are. You might change a little bit of what your mentality is, but you're always going to be unique, and you're always going to have your own set of understanding things, own set of mindset and stuff like that.
I'm going to clip that and listen to it every night.
For real, clip that.
But you're right, dude. That's right. But yeah, dude.
All right, everyone, this has been the Lama Podcast.
Wait, hold up. I had one thing.
Hold on, I want to just say this. This has been the Lama Podcast. Please don't cancel us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you. Please don't cancel us. We've been enjoying this podcast. We've had so much fun. We have a lot of projects. Please don't cancel us. Like, please, we love you. Like,
and that's exactly what I was gonna say. Right? Is like, if you think because of an opinion that I have right now, right? And in the moment, I stand by my opinion. I think, you know, I don't know if everything is completely right, but it's just kind of how I see things, and I don't know the answer. Right.
Based on what the information that you have.
Yeah, and to be honest, these are things that I rarely think about. That because like I said, you know, I don't think the world is against me, and I don't think any of these things. So I'm like, it doesn't cross my mind many times, you know. But like I was telling, because I help with the kids choir here, and I was telling them something the other day, because we're learning this song in a different language, and they kept telling me, this is too hard. And let me tell you, the different language was English.
Oh, right? I was about to ask you. I'm like, what language are you trying to teach?
The different language or something? The different language was English, right? Because they know most of them in Spanish, so different language was English. And someone said, they were like, this is too hard to do. And I'm like, okay, what language do you speak, little girl? And she tells me, I speak English. I said, that's very convenient. We're learning something in English, right? She's like, yeah, but it's too hard. I'm like, okay, do you know this one in Spanish? She's like, I've heard it. I'm like, can you sing it in Spanish? She's like, I can't read Spanish. I said, well, Jesus Christ, we have a situation, don't we? You don't read Spanish.
Kids are freaking adorable.
I'm like, you know it in Spanish. You don't read Spanish. And that somehow is like a difference from knowing it and not being able to read it. So it's a problem. I don't know.
Man.
And then she said, it's too hard in English. I told her, we have a really big problem. Maybe you know a third language and you don't know, right? And she was like, no, I only know the two. I only know Spanish and English. And oh my God, it was so funny. But I was telling these kids, because it kind of got me mad, because they kept saying this, right? It's too hard. I'm like, it's literally in English, right? We all speak English. And I told them, and they kept saying, it's too hard, it's too hard, it's too hard, right? I told them, if things aren't getting hard for you in life, if things you don't feel like, everything feels so easy, and you feel like you're never learning anything, that's a horrible place to be in life, right? And I kind of had like a little 2-minute deep conversation with them. I was like, if something feels hard for you, that's good, because then that means that you're going to learn, and you're going to be smarter, you're going to be stronger, whatever it may be.
Amen.
You're going to be better at it, right?
Yes, sir.
And that goes like with these things, right? I'm learning every single day. I've been on this earth for 22 years. Who knows how many more? Life comes and goes.
The way you eat, probably like 4.
Probably like, yeah. Let me look at my time. 4. But
you'll get the 26.
Like, I'll get 26 at least. But like the way I see it is like, I'm not perfect, And then these are my thoughts, but I'm not saying these are like correct or whatever. I just want people to know, like, it's good to learn things, good to hear other people, and good to hear different perspectives on it, and to be challenged by something. If you feel like your life should always be great and never full of problems, even let's say very difficult ones, like the ones we've discussed, right, that people feel that they go through, if you feel like, why don't you take those as blessings? Why don't you take those as things for you to learn, things for you to grow from,
Amen.
learn from? And it's like, if you think life is just going to be easy, it ain't. Something, if it's not, I always say this. I tell people all the time, I'm like, you can literally drink water from your toilet. That I'm dead serious. You think I'm joking? The laws say.
Don't worry. I have a water purifier right here.
Oh, that's perfect. Throw that in your toilet.
I could drink from. It says you could drink from
by
a toilet,
law,
from any stream or anything.
The water that comes out of your toilet has to be drinkable in case a stupid kid goes in there and tries to drink it, right? In American laws, right? It has to be like.
What are you saying is that I should test it out?
Yes, I say, Josh, look at a cup right now.
I'll do it right now.
No, but what I'm saying is, we can drink water out of our toilets, where we poop, right? Where we literally poop in, right? And other people, they have to dig a hole to poop in. They have to walk miles to drink water. I'm like, bro, whatever problem I could ever have, like me, my dog died. For someone else, that's a week worth of food. They wouldn't waste no money on a dog. The thousands of dollars I wasted on this dog, that's a privilege to have a dog. I'm like, dang, I'm in a good spot to be crying about a dead dog that I spent thousands of dollars on. In food and other stupid things, right? Toys and everything. So that's the way I think about it, right? It's like, life's difficult, life's hard, but you got to think about it. It's not that hard.
No one ever.
There's always
going to be easy.
There's always something.
No one ever said that.
I remember there was a man that I respect a lot, right? I'm not gonna say who it is, but I feel like y'all might know. A man I respect a lot. He said that if you feel like everything is going good for you in life, you feel like you don't have any problems, God has forgotten you. Right? God ain't thinking about you. Right? So that's what I think about. I'm like, more problems? That just means that God remembers me.
Right. That's deep. I never thought about it like that, but that's a good point. But yeah, dude. I feel like people should just live their lives the way they want others to live theirs, instead of trying to project their ideals and their way of living, to other people.
Actions speak louder than words.
Facts.
But yeah. Anyways, everyone, if you guys want to cancel JERED and Oz, I'm okay with it. Just don't cancel me. Like, I don't think I did anything wrong today.
It's okay, Josh. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep this podcast going. But
I mean, I'm done if you guys are done.
So the good thing about today, the good thing about today is, Oz hasn't even started his podcast and he's already canceled. So he shouldn't even have to start it.
I was gonna say that.
This is amazing.
He hasn't even started his podcast and he's already canceled. So
you could cancel it right now. It's okay.
Yeah, you should just cancel the idea right now. Just send me that mic.
Hey, but on the real, go follow Oziel. Go follow. Like, where can people go to see what you're doing? Like, you wanna.
I mean, right now I don't really have anything. I have Instagram, but I mean, I just post Fortnite clips there, so I don't know if anybody would be interested.
It was not wrong with the Fortnite clips.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody likes to see like video game clips, Fortnite clips, just follow me at Oz the Great with 3 underscores. But if you don't, then it doesn't matter, I guess. But once I start my podcast, I think I might make a separate account so that I could like maybe promote it there, go on from there. Don't know what I guess I'm gonna just call myself Oz the Great on the other Instagram. But yeah,
definitely, guys, go support him at least on his personal page for now. And we're definitely, if you make a separate page, whatever you do, you let us know. We'll promote you on our page as well. Hey, I'm not gonna say this to like hype ourselves up, but last week we had like people go to our account. This is going insane right now.
What the hell?
You know what I mean? Like, we had a few like views on our story, like way more than usual. Like, I subtle flex, I guess, but I'm just saying, like,
flex,
popping off
flex,
our
flex.
Subtle flex.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of exciting, you know. But we're definitely let us know. Let us know so we can.
For sure.
We'll promote you on there.
Like, honestly, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast, enjoyed having us here, enjoyed canceling him as well.
Hey, and on the real, let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, that's literally where I was going. Yeah. That's literally where I was going. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know, like, some things we say maybe contradict, like you contradict it or whatever. So, but we want you guys' feedback. You know, I know some people that are frequent listeners to our podcast, and this may offend them. This may, you know. So we want you guys' feedback. We honestly do, and please give it to us. We hope we appreciate it, and we hope you guys enjoy this podcast. We love you.
Yes. Leave a like, comment below, subscribe, listen on your favorite platforms. This has been Lama Podcast. I'm with Oziel, Josh, myself, and that's it. Yep. Later, y'all.
All right, later.